Hello. So this is the find S algorithm. So find S algorithm. So to understand the find S algorithm, so you should know what is the concept learning, right? So what do you mean by a concept learning? Okay. So concept learning is a training task in which we are going to train our machine to learn some concept. Like say for example, if you consider a chair. So now if you want to train the machine that it is a chair. Now the concept is a chair. Now it has certain features, right? We are going to train the machine with particular features. Now here we have got two particular hypotheses. One we call it as a general hypothesis and specific hypothesis. That when we are going to train our algorithm. Now what do you mean by general hypothesis? Now general hypothesis means, now say for example, now if I tell you to order certain food, now you order any food for me, right? No, because in general I have not specifically told you. Specific hypothesis means what? Until and unless I specifically tell you to order me a pizza or a burger, then it becomes specific. If I don't tell anything, then it becomes a general hypothesis. Now whenever we take a general hypothesis, now it is represented with a question mark. Now how many question mark? It depends upon the number of attributes. Like when we are considering a chair, now chair has certain attributes: the color of the chair, it has 4 legs, what is the height of each leg, the width, etc. Like this. Now depending upon the number of attributes, the general hypothesis is represented with a question mark. Then specific hypothesis is represented with S. Now here we represent null, and again it depends upon the number of attributes. Okay, so now we will go with our find S algorithm. Now why this find S algorithm is used? Now it is generally used to find a most specific hypothesis. So we are going to use the find S algorithm. That is why we call find S. It is called as find S. We are going to find most specific hypothesis, and in this algorithm we consider only positive examples. Now we are going to consider only the positive examples, and negative examples we don't try to consider. Now what does the algorithm say? Now algorithm, it's a very simple algorithm. It consists of two steps. What is the first step? We initialize the hypothesis to most specific hypothesis. We are going to initialize the hypothesis to most specific hypothesis. That is, initially H will be all null set, or 5 we are going to initialize. The second step, now for each positive examples, so in our data set you are going to consider only the positive examples. Now for each positive examples, now you are going to, for each attribute in the example, now we start comparing each and every attributes in the positive example. If the attribute value is equal to hypothesis value, so we don't do anything, right? If the attribute value, if it is equal to hypothesis value, we are not going to do anything else. We replace its hypothesis value with the most general constraint, that is, we are going to replace it with a question mark. So that is what the algorithm says. Now in flowchart also we can see, now what we do, we initialize the hypothesis, and for each positive example you start comparing with each attribute. You compare that attribute value with the hypothesis value. If it is same, you do nothing. That means you go to the next attribute, again compare that attribute value with the hypothesis value. If it is not matching, if it is different, then we replace it just with question mark. This is what the algorithm says. Now let us take a data set. Now this is a given data set for us. Now the concept what we want to learn, or what we want to train, is that days on which persons enjoy sports, right? Now there are certain features given for us, like sky, temperature, humidity, wind, water, forecast, enjoy. Now this enjoy is the target function. Now the days, these are the days for which there are certain attributes value. Now are you going to enjoy the sports, yes or no? So here yes can be treated as the positive examples wherever yes is there, and no can example. Now this is the given data set for us. So now we start with our algorithm. What is the first step? Now first step, we initialize with the most specific hypothesis. So H naught will be initialized with 5. How many 5 we are using? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now because there are 6 attributes in our example, that is sky, temperature, humidity, wind, water, forecast. Now this is not the attribute. The last one is the target function, right? This determines that whether it is positive example or a negative examples. So now we try to consider the first instance, right? What is our first instance? First positive instance. In our data set, this is the first positive instance, that is sunny, warm, normal, strong, warm and same. So you take the first instance. Now the first instance you are going to initialize this with your hypothesis, right? So obviously H naught will be the first instance as it is. You take second step. Now you are going to compare with the second instance. Now you take the second positive instance. Now this is your second positive instance, sunny, warm, high, strong, warm and same. So now you compare this with your hypothesis, right? That is with your previous hypothesis. Now you start with one by one each attribute. First attribute sunny, and sunny, it matches with each other. So when it matches, you don't do anything, so you retrieve sunny as it is. Next you are going to compare warm and warm. So both are same, so you may take this warm as it is. Now go to the third attribute, high and normal. Now high and normal does not matches with each other. When these two attributes won't matches with each other, now get a generalized one. So you generalize this. So since high and warm, normal are not matching, so we replace that place with a question mark, right? Now go to the next attribute, strong and strong matching. So strong will come as it is. Warm and warm matching, again warm there, same and same matching, you get the same. Right, now you have finished with your second instance. Now go to the third instance. Now third instance. Now when you look into your data, the third instance, this is the third instance, right? Now you look into the third instance says that you does not enjoy sports on this day. That means it is a negative example. And find S algorithm does not considers the negative example. Since the third instance of our data negative instance, we ignore this. So consider the third instance. Since it is a negative example, you drop it, right? Then go to the fourth instance. This is your fourth instance. Now compare this with your previously generated hypothesis. So sunny and sunny matching. So in the next one, sunny will come as it is. Next warm and warm matches. So warm, high and question mark. So now high and question mark does not matches. Now we generalize this to a question mark here, right? Then strong and strong matches. Cool and warm does not matches, so we'll replace with a generalized hypothesis question mark. The last attribute same and same. So since both matches, so you retain same. Now this is the end of your algorithm, because there are only 4 instances in our data set. So how many instances are there? So that much time the algorithm has to be repeated. So since only the last instance is the fourth instance, so you have compared it and you have generalized it. So after the fourth comparison, now this is your final generalized hypothesis. So find S algorithm, when you apply, this is the last step what you are going to get. Clear? So this is about the find S algorithm.